And of course, everybody's jumbled up. My bad. Let me get that fixed. Welcome everybody to Vault and the craziness that we always have going on. My name is April Hill, and welcome to the Initiative Order. I'm the overseer for this campaign, and I will fix our boxes in just a second because there's always chaos here in the Wasteland. Before we get started tonight, I would love to introduce our wonderful players. We will, of course, first start with Jetson, aka Jay.
Oh, hey, what can I say? It's Jay Casual. You can find me on all social media at Just2Casual, and I'm all across all the places doing all the things, and you're welcome, because you need more of me in your life. I'm over on it doing shows everywhere, and do we reintroduce our characters, or we're going to redo that later?
No, you can go ahead and talk about your character. Yeah.
And I am Dr. Jeremiah Elliott Thompson Jr., better known as Jetson, loving the music, moving the groove, and fixing all the wounds across the wasteland, one step, one beat, one drop at a time.
And we've got BT.
How's it going? BT here, also DM Craven on everything on the socials. I've been playing your favorite ghoul, the Bob Ross with memory loss. Everything's great. We're just going to be here and have a great time. You know, maybe a little accident, something might happen, and I might release a little bit of rage. But that's okay. We're going to have a great time.
Rage is a ghoul. Lafayette. Taryn.
Hi, everybody. My name is Taryn, also known as Valroop across the socials. I'm a generally creative human TTRPG player and GM across this channel and the Red Hair Inn. I'm also an Eldritch Entity and dice maker under the moniker of Umbral Oculus Dice. That's _dice on the Instagram. Shop update coming soon. But today I'm playing Lafayette Daytona. And I'm not exactly sure how stable Lafayette is, but we're gonna find out.
All right. Oh wait, we're unmuted, right? Y'all can hear us. Okay, good. Because I was like, wait a minute, y'all are saying, okay. They're getting me worried here in chat, just a little bit. Okay, Mahk, Anthony.
Hey everybody, my name is Anthony, he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Mahk, he, him pronouns as well, a super mutant with a stitched jumpsuit and a trusty chip boy, ready to finally make his way and live in a vault like Mahk has always wanted.
Always wanted to live in a vault, and now you're about to be inside a vault. So close. We'll see if you want to keep living in a vault. All right, Dr. Morstan
Benjamin, Watkins Benjamin on the socials, playing Dr. Morstan, a Dr. Handy unit here to be of service.
Okay. All right. We also want to give a shout out to our wonderful sponsors. Before we dive into tonight's episode, we want to thank Session Zero Clothing, who makes D&D inspired streetwear, where you can use the code ORDER at checkout for 15% off. You can also get 15% off Norse Foundry, that makes beautiful artisan dice. You can use the code TIO15 at checkout for that. Mithril Armory, they are makers of the amazing 1020s and sketch dice. They are perfect for gifts. And you can use the code INITIATIVE for 10% off their web store. And of course, last but not least, Umbral Oculus Dice by our own Taryn, who's playing Lafayette here. You can use the code INITIATIVE for 10% off a full set of dice in her store. And her dice are absolutely beautiful, so you won't want to miss out on that. Yeah, so let's recap, everyone. So grab your drink, grab a snack, sit back, and let's get wasted. Last time on the premiere of Vault 95, we found a group of strangers out on a hill in the middle of what seemed to be nowhere. Well, the strangers are in a circle, staring at each other, not sure who anybody is, other than, oh look, there's a vault just there off in the distance. The door is wide open. There appears to be some blood smeared on the outside of that door. You also see a person standing with you that's in a white lab coat, who reluctantly eventually tells you his name is Rast. And you all kind of like look around, thinking about introducing yourselves to one another. Some of you do, but then all of a sudden gunfire breaks out from inside the vault. You hear screams, and then rushing out of the vault are some raiders. So Rusty's raiders come out guns a-blazing, but you all quickly learn to work as a team, gathering your resources and helping one another out. The super mutant in the group, Mahk, you took quite a few hits, but luckily Jetson was there to patch you up. Dr. Morstan was helping out. Everybody, and Lafayette was just showing off their gun skills. BT made a couple of shots, missed a couple of shots, but everyone worked really well together. Dr. Rast kind of was afraid of the battle and kind of held back, but was had a stim pack ready just in case anybody needed it. But you all had it covered. After taking out the raiders, you stepped inside the vault because you could hear those screams, and Dr. Rast encouraged you all, hey, I'm looking for my daughter. I could use your help. I don't know if that's her. And so you stepped inside the vault, and that's where we left off. So I will once again kind of read to you. So you get inside the elevator, and there is a sign that says Vault 95. Welcome home. Proceed in an orderly fashion. The small elevator rumbles and shakes unsteadily as it descends deeper and deeper into the earth. The lights lining the threadbare walls flicker a few times, but remain lit, illuminating a sticky pool of blood gathered in one corner on the floor. At last, with a grinding shriek of metal gears, the elevator slams roughly into the bottom of the shaft. With a cheery ding, the door slides open to reveal a bare underground corridor of exposed pipes that stretches on for some 30 feet before it bends to the left, and you can see smears of fresh blood are evident along the right side of the wall, leading to a closed steel door halfway down the stretch of the hallway. You also see there are 2 human skeletons lie entangled with one another just off to the side of the door. The decomposed corpses are dressed in dusty blue blood-stained jumpsuits. Now, I'm going to ask you what all, so you all are in the elevator, and this is what you see when the door ding and opens. What all would you do?
So it's all of us plus the other doctor guy.
Yes, it's you guys, Rast, yeah, it's all of y'all.
Lafayette would push Rast to the back, getting the sense that they're a little tender.
Yep. He would kind of like looks in, like he's looking around, but he's obvious he's not one to run in first.
And Lafayette's not polite about it. It's like hand on the face, just kind of like
Yep.
puts him back. Takes out Clarence, Lafayette's machete, and the pistol in the other hand, and is kind of looking kind of back at BT and at Mahk, waiting for one of them to go first.
So and the doors have started to open.
Yes, the elevator door is open. However, however, I mean, like I said, the door's open. It's just y'all see there is this long. Actually, you know what? I can go ahead and show y'all. Hold on. Let me go ahead and open the.
As Jetson has headphones still on, like it's jamming out while kind of like we were going down, just looking at everyone, just.
You're just listening to music as you descend into the vault. Okay. All right.
Dr. Morstan's going to go check out the decaying bodies and diagnose what may have happened to them.
All right. So Dr. Morstan is going to exit the elevator first and head towards the bodies.
Yes.
Lafayette will be in tow by about 6 feet.
Jetson will probably be like as close to Morstan, kind of in front, but jamming still.
Okay.
BT is looking at all the blood smeared, just thinking, there's better ways to decorate. I think we could do a better job. Maybe a little cleanliness, something pretty over here, but the blood's just everywhere.
What is your perception, by the way, just your perception overall, Dr. Morstan?
7.
Okay. Why don't you make me, let's see. Perception and
And like as we're kind of getting ready to head down, Justin's gonna be like, "Oh, by the way, anyone at any point feels any discomfort, pain, or otherwise, I got you. Just make sure you don't mess up the vibe."
What the hellfire is a vibe?
Okay.
You know, no,
So
yours
you know,
is-
you're-
yeah. You go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Yeah, no, you're good.
you know, it's that moment when everything's feeling real good, real flowy, and everything's kind of moving in frequency, and the sounds hit the right tone and the pitch. You know? And it starts like kind of dancing and shimmying.
A vibe is a person's emotional state or the atmosphere of a place as a communicated to and felt by others.
See? Gets it. Mm.
Hey,
Keep
hey,
the vibe going.
Doc, do you think this looks infected yet? I mean, I don't know. It kind of itches a little bit, but I don't know. No? All right.
Dr. Morstan, as you start to make your way down the hallway, and you're followed by the ghoul. Everybody's following you down the corridor. You've got you have this a little bit better vision than everyone else does, and some of the dust kicks up from your propulsion jet, and you see almost these invisible red beams of light going across the hallway just before the doorway and just before you can get to those two dead skeletons.
Dr. Morstan will come to a complete halt. Wait, everyone! Danger is ahead! There are lasers of some sort.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, lasers. Usually not a good sign.
Do you think they're actual lasers, or do you think they're like sensory devicey thingies picking up on your bullshit vibe?
I do not have vibes. That would be Jetson.
You know what? We're gonna work on getting your vibe set all right. But until then, we should probably check out the lasers. Keep it all, you know, cool, smooth, beautiful.
I got stuff I can throw at the lasers to see if they cut shit or if they beep at
That
shit.
would not be advisable.
We gotta first make sure whether or not they're cutters or sensors. All right, just give me a moment, and I'd like to try to like see if I can determine how these lasers particularly function. If I can determine the refraction level of light, whether or not it is dangerous or if it's more of a sensory light.
Why don't you make a intelligence and or science?
May I too make
Yeah,
that same?
intelligence
roll?
science, I believe. Yes, you can.
The only check Lafayette would make is just throwing shit at it, because that's just kind of how they function. But I'm not going to do that.
It's got 3 successes on that.
Nice. Okay. Yes, we will say that you can tell that these are a security measure and not a chop your head off Resident Evil laser.
Okay. To my understanding, with how these lasers work and typically security measures, if the light is disrupted, that would cause the trigger. So I want to see if it's possible to take some of the pieces of glass that I have to try and diffuse the light in a upward or downward direction so it allows passage through. I've got duct tape and everything if I need to do a quick little patchwork.
If it changes you know what? Why don't you? I'll do the same thing as if you were trying to disarm it. So why don't you make an agility plus science test? It's a difficulty of 3. So if anybody would like to help.
Oh damn! I was really hoping I could intelligence my way through that.
Yes. Well, you know what? You know what? Since you are using, I will say because you are using like a more intelligent way of doing it instead of a dexterous way, I'll give you intelligence. Why don't you do intelligence science? Yeah. Because
Thank-
you were saying, you were describing how you were going to do it. Let's do that. We'll go
Thank
off the book.
goodness. That is going to be, let's,
Three,
with the
it's
difficulty
3
of that,
successes if you'd like to buy any.
Yeah, we have 6 action points on deck. If the party's cool with it, I'd like to buy an extra d20 to increase my odds on this.
So spend 1 action point. And somebody can assist you to add 1 more if you get at least 1 success.
I too will assist you.
There you go.
See? That's what I'm talking about. Good vibes. Alright, so intelligence, science. That's 1, 2, and a 3. That is 3 on the dot for me.
Nice.
I rolled a 2.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that's under your target number.
There we go.
Okay, so you'll gain that action point back then. So perfect. Okay, so you are able to disarm the alarm, and so those lasers, one of the lasers, there are 2. One of the lasers, you are guiding it away to where y'all have a clear path to go through the corridor if you'd like. But there is still one that's the higher one. So you could duck. Mahk might have a little bit harder time ducking, as well as Dr. Morstan because his propulsion jet, but he can probably tone his jet down a little bit to sneak under. But honestly, Mahk might have a little bit of time trying to squeeze under unless he crawls under.
So we got a small space, we got it through. Lasers, no longer a problem, but Mahk. Alright, you keep it low, keep it down, keep it smooth. And then Jetson will moonwalk down, motioning for everyone to follow.
Okay, so
Lafayette is glaring.
I like the way this fella's moving. I think we'll just happy on down this way and see how things are going to go.
okay, like I said, there are the 2 skeletal corpses that are right in front of a door. And then the hallway does continue on with no other doors, but it does continue on, and it looks to be heading to the left. And Dr. Morstan, you said you wanted to look at the bodies?
I would like to see if there's any kind of trauma.
Okay. There indeed is some trauma. If you look at the bodies, they it looks like one of them, one is on top of the other. The one that is laying on the ground, and like I said, they do have the dusty blue vault suits. You can just make out the gold lettering on the back that says it has a 95 on the back. The one on the ground, that skeleton has the back of its skull looks to be fractured and bashed, and it's just in bits and pieces on the floor. The other one has what would appear it'd be a rusty knife sticking out of its sternum as it's laying on top of the one that has the bashed skull on the floor. It looks like they might have killed each other in some kind of a scuffle.
How
Isn't
would
that
you?
sweet? They're just sitting there hugging each other.
And they were engaged in some sort of combat with each other, one bashing the other in the head and the other stabbing.
That
Oh, that's
reminds
just
me
how-
of my ex.
That's just how you say I love you in some places. You know, we can't just look at the negative. You know,
That's how
they're
you
either embrace.
That is exactly it, BT. That is how we say I love you when I visited down in Florida.
There we go.
That's
I got
a
2 black
very
eyes out of that
common
one.
way of saying hello.
Well, that's part of it. Anyways, where's this door?
Okay.
Is there any hair left on the bodies?
Any hair? There's no hair. There's no skin or hair. There's just most of their vault suit is intact. There's just bits and patch. Like it's the threads really moth-eaten and falling off the bone, but there's a bit of the vault suits left.
Actually gonna, kind of in wonder of the vault for my first time here, I always try and make it a point to collect a little bit of the jumpsuit of the vault dwellers that I come across. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the stitching where the numbers are and add it to my special number, my special order.
Okay.
It all makes sense now.
Um,
Well,
yes.
We all set with the bodies. We got doors, paths to go. We gotta keep moving and grooving. The silence is eerie. Hold on. Sorry, I had the bass drop. And we can check what's going on.
We are in search of a little girl who may be injured. Little girl, are you okay?
Well,
I don't reckon.
she's not little. She's a grown woman now, but
Grown woman, are you okay?
Hey there, Doc. Now, I don't recommend yelling in case there is somebody hunting these hallways. We don't exactly want to let them know we're here, because I like the element of surprise, because that's how you shoot somebody in the face.
Or what if it's someone that needs help and you shoot someone who needs help?
You don't shoot them in the face if they're needing help. You shoot them in the face if they're coming for your wallet.
And how do you know the difference from a distance?
I shake everybody's hand. Everybody's
guess.
nice.
I like this guy. He's got good vibes. Did you say it right? Is that his name?
Yes. Whew. See, I'm loving it.
All
I'm digging
right.
it. I am loving it.
And who are you again? Where am I? Wait, what?
You know what? Keep the vibes going. If you forget nothing else, we'll let it be there. Just vibe.
What's a vibe?
you gotta catch one.
All right.
Something I now have.
Harder group to work with, but we'll get it going.
Alrighty. And can we get into the door? Does it look locked? That situation.
If you try to push on the door, it does not open. It is locked, but you can attempt to pick the lock if you would like.
I would like to attempt to pick the lock.
Do you need help with that? It's kind of my specialty. I have broken into every door I've ever seen before, except for that one door. But that one didn't count. It was my own door. I locked myself out. We don't talk about that.
Or you could attempt to bust it down. That's a little bit harder. But if you would like to pick the lock, it's a perception plus lock pick test. It will be a difficulty of 1. But if somebody would like to assist you, you're more than welcome to.
I have 2 successes.
Perfect. So you gain a luck. You gain another action point. But you do. Oh, thank you so much for the raid. We appreciate the raid. We are playing some Fallout 2D20 using the starter set by Modifius. Once upon a time in the Wasteland. So thanks for joining us tonight. So yes, you successfully pick the lock. And as you get that last tumbler and it clicks over and you open the door, you enter into a small room with 2 walls lined with dusty, disabled computers, ashtrays, empty chem injections, and broken bottles litter the floor. A single working computer and monitor glows with a dull green light on a desk cluttered with files. Sitting with her back slumped up against another desk is a young woman with short, dark hair, wearing warm, tight-fitting clothes suited for long-distance travel. Her glasses lay askew on her nose. One of the lenses fractured. Her hands are soaked with blood as they try to apply pressure to a vicious hole in her abdomen. After a few moments, she looks up and she speaks in a serene but pained voice. "Hey, Daddy-o," she says. "Looks like you're all stuck with me now." And this voice sounds, "Oh, hey, Red Heron, thank you for the raid. Another raid. Thank you so much, Logan. Nice to see you guys." So her voice sounds like the screams that you heard coming outside the vault when you first saw the raiders coming. So, I'll show you that.
Dr. Morrison would go over and be like, "You need medical attention. May I help? May I be of service?"
Oh, and Rast kind of he looks in and he's like, "Oh, she's hurt. I've got well, if he's done all right, he can probably help you out there. I got a stim pack too if you need it. Here we go. I'm gonna move it up a little bit. There we go. Well, yeah, I would appreciate that. I've been hurt real bad, but
Dr. Hannah, you got this, right?
I haven't.
And like, Jetson's gonna kind of try to help move her out of the way of the computer to get medical attention, so that Jetson can get on the computer. Jetson's like, yeah, no, let me help you. Let me adjust. And gets immediately is like, computer, I'm getting in this.
Okay, Jetson. Okay, so Dr. Morstan, you and Rast will start working on. You and Rast, Dr. Morstan, you and Rast will start working on this woman who you found with a gaping wound in her abdomen. And you, Jetson, you wanted to look at the computer. Just so you know, at any time, if anybody ever wants to use luck of the, what you can do with luck points is you can use luck of the draw. You can add a detail to the scene. Stacked deck, you can use your luck instead of another skill for a skill test. So like if you're not really good with, I don't know, strength, and you're somebody that's very charismatic, and lucky, you can use your luck instead. There's also lucky timing, where you can interrupt the normal turn order to take your own turn. And misfortune, where you can reroll 1d20 or 3 of the damage die per luck point spent. So if ever y'all want to do any of that. So as you're looking at the computer, there's also a bunch of broken computers around this room. There's a bunch of drawers in here, a bunch of file cabinets and different drawers,
Lafayette
desk files.
is throwing drawers open and it's just like.
Yes. And there is, of course, some drawers to the desk that Jetson is now sitting at.
Mahk is like right behind Lafayette, like ripping open some drawers and getting some stuff. I'm going to use 1 luck point to introduce a book, Your Special. This is actually the first time that Mahk has ever read about the special system.
What?
Wow. This is ridiculous. Are you telling me that there's different things about me that are actually this is confirmation, this is proof. And I'm just going to take a moment to be happy about it until I find a holotape in the book left behind by the last person who read it. I'll pocket that for now. I might play it later if it's relevant to the vault situation.
Absolutely. It could be very interesting. Yeah, so if you would like to go ahead, you are going to hack the computer. So let's see. You can, where is it? Okay. All right. Jetson, if you want to do a intelligence plus science test, you don't have to. It's a difficulty of 0. So you can get in there if you'd like.
Anyway.
You're gonna do it anyway, just in case. Just
Just in case. We're actually maxed out on action points.
Yeah, so you don't really need them.
No, I realize we're maxed, so
you're
we're
good?
just gonna switch the tunes and just get in.
All right. So you're clicking through. You're reading through some of the files. You can see you're reading a little bit more about Vault 95's purpose. You can see that it was to observe the social and psychological effects of reintroducing addictive substances to a community of individuals who believed they had successfully recovered from their addictions. The result was immediate, violent chaos. The vault houses many laser turrets and Mr. Gusty robots and assaultrons and protectrons. There's a lot of robots and lots of deadly weapons waiting to kill you in this vault. Let's see. If an alarm trips, mobile units are programmed to search for intruders until the alarm is reset or disabled. However, there's nobody here left in the vault to reset it because everybody's dead. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, you've already disabled one of the tripwires outside, but if you would like to disable the other one that was making Mahk have to kind of crawl through the hallway, you can certainly try to do that. Now it's an intelligence plus science with a difficulty of 3.
To turn off that laser?
Yes. There
Yeah,
is
we're
no
gonna
way
have a
to
quick-
manually, with this computer system, there is no way to turn off any other defenses that this vault has. This
Alright.
computer doesn't have that.
After getting all the information, I'm gonna go over to the laser and be like, and that's gotta go off. Alright, you said difficulty 3?
Yes. And you can use an action point or have somebody help you if you like.
I know they're doing medical, so I'm gonna just spend an action point to add one more d20.
Dr. Morstan, you do not have to lower your jets or anything like that. Cool your jets, as it were. Cool your jets. So yeah, okay, Lafayette, you are going through, you're going
The
to...
way trying to look over like I'm copying off paper. Oh yes, there's a lot of great things in here. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Need to know that.
While BT does it, like Jetson's gonna glance over and be like, "You got this. Your vibe is killing it. You honestly wouldn't have been able to do this without you."
Wait, 5's kill? I didn't see that on here. Delete.
You know what? We're on a path. May not be the best one, but it'll do.
I sure do like the way that sounds. Just
Piece
sounds
of
like a
paper
happy
will
time.
a piece of paper will absolutely hit like Jetson in the back of the head. It's like just
Jetson ignores that because Jetson only does positive vibes.
Lafayette, if you would give me a perception plus survival with a difficulty of 2.
perception and survival. Okay. Well, that is going to be 2 successes.
All right.
That was somehow a 6 and a 7, and I needed the 7.
All right, will you roll me? Oh wait, a 2 and a 16. So you find a buff out and a psycho. A buff out and a psycho. So 2 chems. If you want to spend any action points, you can find maybe some more stuff like ammunition or anything like
I
that.
would like to spend. How many? We're stocked, right?
We are full again.
I would like to roll. It's 1 point for 1 and then 3 for 2, correct?
Mhm.
I'm just gonna take the 1. And then
Well,
that
3
gives me a
total. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, that gives me a 14. I'll roll 1 die. So that's it.
Oh well, no. If you wanted to spend more action, if you want to spend an action point, for each action point you spend, you can get more rolls on the table. So you are going to roll some more.
Yes, I will spend 1 action point.
Are you looking for ammunition or for chems?
Ammunition.
Okay. Go ahead and roll however many d20 that you're buying.
That's 14.
14. You find. Let's see.
Methamphetamine.
You find 2. Oh, no. 14, 2. Plus. You find 6 gamma rounds. But if you would like to spend a luck point, I'll say that you can find 6 of something else.
I'll spend the luck, and I would like to. I would like to find 10 millimeter.
10 millimeter rounds?
Yeah.
Certainly. Then you can find 6 of those instead.
Yeah. There we go. I need those.
Awesome. Okay.
God, psycho. That's probably good for somebody like Lafayette.
Dr. Morstan, you and Rast, as you're trying to patch her up, you can see even with stim packs and bandaging and everything, she's not long for this world. She's looking pretty rough. In fact, Dr. Morstan would tell you as such. He's like, she's not, she's not looking too good.
You have no bedside manners. Ma'am, do you pray to a religious deity?
Do I? Well, that's a very personal question.
How may I comfort you in this time of need?
Well, I don't. And she kind of looks at you skeptically as a robot. I don't really know you. I'm fine. I just need to be able to get back home to my people.
Where are your people?
She looks over at Jetson, who's wearing a vault suit. Well, I come from a vault. She looks over at Mahk, and she's kind of like, I guess vaults, all these different vaults do have different kinds of people and things that they did to people, and
Vault dwellers stick together.
Yeah, they do. Well, my community, they suffered some rather bad hardships. Our water and our way to get food in our vault, it shut down, and so we ended up venturing out, trying to find a place to create a settlement for ourselves, but it's pretty harsh, and I've just been searching all over trying to find a place. Been to Diamond City, got a place there, but
What vault you from?
it's one that's not. It's further out to the southwest.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's but our people, well, they really need me to get back. I'm supposed to be the one searching for a place.
That'd be real great, but if you can't make it back for, I don't know, some reason, who do we contact?
I just, will you, she will, why don't you do a charisma speech or charisma bargain? Charisma speech or charisma bargain? Probably you two, Dr. Morstan, since you both are speaking with her.
That one's actually not a bad one, but it is barter.
Difficulty of 2. So you could assist each other since you're both talking to her if you'd like. So whoever wants to take the lead on this will roll the 2d20. The other person will roll 1.
I rolled the 2 already.
Okay.
Rolling one more.
Okay, so charisma speech or charisma bargain?
I did barter.
I did speech.
Yeah, it should be speech.
And so to clarify, I add my charisma plus my speech.
Mm-hmm. And you want to get at or below that. Mm-hmm.
At or below.
Yes.
Well, that is just dandy.
Did you get it?
I rolled a 4, a 5, and an 8. And I need to get above a 8.
At or below an 8?
Yes.
Yes. So you needed 2.
4,
At or below.
8.
Yeah.
So 4, 5, and an 8.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so then with Lafayette, so yeah, together I'd say collectively, I mean, y'all are already full in action points. So yeah, collectively, she's kind of like, you can tell that she's not giving you everything about her community, but she will say that she's, she was an ecologist. It was a scientific type vault. A lot of the people in there were of scientific backgrounds. She was an ecologist, and she doesn't want her last moments. She's like looking around down here. I heard there was gunfire. I guess the gunners that took me down, y'all got rid of them, right?
Got one of the heads off.
Well, technically they're laying outside, but they're not moving. So does that count?
You're one of those ghoul people, right? You're not one that. You're still
I'm
all
not
there.
quite sure. I got hair now. My nose is gone. I don't remember who I am. And I don't remember who I am.
Y'all should keep an eye on that one then. I've heard that's how, being an ecologist, I heard that's how they start. When they start losing, no offense. So that's how they start going feral.
Let me ask you this. So, in this vault, were you one of these people that sat over here by these computers while everybody else ran around killing each other? Or are you one of those people that...
No,
you should clarify.
Absolutely not. No, unfortunately, we found out about the experiments and everything after we got out and started looking for a place to build our community. I came in here and I'd heard rumors about, a vault that had all of these people turn on one another. No, our vault wasn't anything like that. We were lucky enough to have one of the normal ones where we were just surviving. Unless our water and our food supply being shut off was supposed to be some kind of experiment, but we ended up making it out before we found too much devastation through that. I'm not feeling too good, y'all. I don't want my last moments to be in a place like this.
I'm afraid there's a storm upstairs, though, last we heard.
Oh, well.
If you're, I can make this peaceful if you need.
No. I want to feel the air on my face again. One more time.
I would be happy to take you. Whatever is out there, a Vault Dweller deserves to be at peace. I'm going to hand her one of my special trademark 4-clover caps for luck. Keep it with her as a trinket. And I would, if she's willing, would love to pick her up and take her outside.
She looks again at you wearing your vault suit, having a chip boy that's just passable enough in her state that she perceives you as a fellow vault dweller. Even though you are a large super mutant, she knows the experiments that went down in these vaults, so she thinks maybe that just happened to you. So, she would let you pick her up, and Rast would be like, thank you for helping this woman out. She's not who I was looking for, but I appreciate it.
She still deserves it. Alright, let's go. And I pick her up and head to the elevator, cramped, unmoving this time. A moment ago filled with excitement, and now I'm calling.
Is everybody else following behind, going back up the elevator?
She was a little rude. Did anybody else get that? Or is that just me?
I think she's a little, she's rude as shit, but I'm gonna stay here, because I don't want to risk no dirt up my nose or anything bad, so I'm gonna hang out in here. I found drugs, if anybody needs drugs, but in the meantime, whoever wants to go follow that party.
What kind?
Oh my god.
Oh, there you are, now I see you perking up. What you want? What you looking for?
Just trying to do no buff out, no psychos, none of those things.
Got something that'll calm you down a little bit.
I don't need calm. Calm doesn't work. Calm actually works backwards for me. It's kind of awkward.
You're one of them. What do they call them? Addas.
I see. You don't actually have to pronounce it. Just the letters. Yeah, just a little hyper. Tension's a little scattered. Focus a little broken sometimes, and it just helps to have a little a way to calm it down, settle it through, ease it off through. That's what the music helps with. Music helps me stay calm, focused, centered, in my body, in the moment, in the present.
Are you sure they used to grow some stuff that would calm you the hell down if you...
The problem is they're all radioactive now. Does not do well.
Sorry.
So yeah, no, just it's fine. Music helping, music works, and I'm pretty sure if I hook up my Pip-Boy to the computer, I can play a little bit of Snake or something until we get this all sorted out. So just let me know when you're ready.
Well, let me know what bits you're looking for. I'll keep a lookout.
People call them mostly mentats. Tentacles kind of work. Mostly mentats.
Alright. I've never tried Psycho before. I might give that a shot later. And just sitting back, like.
BT and Dr. Morstan, what are y'all doing as they're having this conversation? And Mahk is scooping up this woman to take her back out the elevator. Oh, hey, Cybernation Uncensored, thanks for the raid.
Right before I pick her up, I'm going to take a bottle of Buff out, and I'm just going to down every single pill and start crunching. And be like, look, it lasts for a while. I need the strength right now for this trying time. I'd like that Buff out later. As I continue to walk out.
He wants your buff out, Lafayette.
Dr. Morrison's going to follow Mahk.
Okay.
Mahk, you may need assistance.
Rast is also following behind. BT, what are you doing?
Standing uncomfortably close to Jetson, trying to figure out their conversation.
What are they talking about?
Not saying a word.
Okay, so y'all three are going to stay downstairs. The Dr. Morstan, Mahk, and Rast, and this woman are going to go upstairs. Up the elevator. Okay, cool. So as you all come out, or as the three of you with the woman come out into the hallway, at the far end, top and three heavily armored mechanical tendrils stretching out from its base. It spins around in a circle, focusing its camera-like eyes on you, and a deafening alarm rings through the hall. Yes. So you all of a sudden you hear these alarms going off. Let's see, I will put you guys out here. So Rast, Mahk.
Well, it sounds like it's time we need to wake up and start our day. The alarms are going off.
So Mahk, so
brush your teeth.
you're holding her.
Socks on.
The three of you.
God dang it.
And I'm gonna break this away for just a second. Let me see.
You know, you turn your back for 2 seconds on some people.
I knew he would need assistance.
Damn.
Yeah,
This
let
wall
me
doesn't need a
see.
guardian. It has us. You are defective.
This whole
Mr. Gutsy.
Yeah, so you see a Mr. Gutsy up there. And it looks very similar to Dr. Morstan, except it's not wearing a bowler hat. It doesn't have a bunch of pincers. It has some weaponry attached to it, and it's painted in army green with a big white star on it. I didn't paint mine in time, so it's just a regular one up on there, but I do have that one. I just need to paint him.
It's automatically less cool.
It's automatic. Yeah, I know. My bad. So he is floating towards you. He's got his eyes kind of focused on you. What do you do?
I am escorting him out. No need to interfere.
Okay. All right. If you would like, go ahead. You know what? Since Dr. Morstan, since you were doing this, why don't you do a charisma plus speech or an intelligence plus speech with a difficulty of 2.
So intelligence has an 8, and speech at a 3, so that goes 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have to get underneath 11.
At or below
I
at
roll-
11. And you can use
I
an
roll-
action point to, you can use an action point if you'd like to add another dice to that just to make sure.
And I roll 2d20s.
You can roll 3 if you spend an action point.
All right. So I roll a 5 and a 10.
You can use a luck point to re-roll that 10. Oh, wait, what was your target number?
It's 11.
Oh, well, then you got 2 successes. Then you didn't need it. Okay, you got 2 successes. All right. He kind of, the Mr. Gutsy, like, he's hovering there, and you can see that his oculars are no longer red. He's kind of like, he's looking at you a little bit. Would you like to spend 1 or 2 action points to see what happens?
We will do 2.
Right. All right, so you will spend 2 action points. Your outcome for this. So he's kind of floating there, and he's looking at you, and then you can see he's like zooming in, zooming out, like really taking you in, Dr. Morstan, as you are a fellow Mr. Handy. He's like, all right, let's go. Let's get this person outside. Quickly now, quickly. And you can hear the alarms turn off. And he's going to start following you upstairs.
Esmond, Dr. Morstan, get out, you guy. Get out.
What? You're talking to the Mr. Gutsy?
No, to Mahk.
Oh.
We're escorting him out.
Oh, you're helping him out.
Yes.
So from outside the door, you see this Mr. Gutsy. You can hear the alarms going off, Lafayette, Jetson, and BT. So y'all can hear the alarms going off, and you can hear them talking to a robot outside. And then the alarms stop, and then going past the doorway, you see another Mr. Handy, but that's army green with a big star on him, floating and kind of following them down the hallway.
You're not getting involved with that, right?
Nah, let's just move past the more important things to do.
I'm just gonna let y'all.
I'm a doctor.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, I just pictured like Lafayette just kind of looking over at Jetson and the BT and going.
Just gonna.
ET's just smiling blankly. Just,
Just gonna pack up some of the computer stuff, take a few parts off the computer, be like, we need that.
If you'd like to scrap some parts, you can do a perception plus survival with the difficulty of 2 to get some scraps from it. If you want to do.
Perception and survival.
Yeah, with a difficulty of 2.
That's a 10. It's only 1 success. I don't want to waste the luck on it.
Okay. All right, no problem.
I'm not
Okay.
as lucky as I used to be.
Yeah, so some of the parts you break off and you're like, oh, that's not usable anymore, but hey, it's scrap, you know? So not any stuff that you can use at the crafting table, but I mean, you get some bits and baubles and stuff just in case you find a junk jet or something someday. You need a mirror again for some lasers. So yes, Dr. Morstan.
As we're going, I'd like to take one of my eyes and focus it on the Gutsy,
Mm-hmm.
and friend, do you need repair? You seem to have been in battles. May I take a look at your internals?
Absolutely not, soldier. Wait, no, you're not one of our ranks. No, I don't need any assistance. I've been quite well for a long time. I appreciate it, though.
Is there anything wrong with him?
No, he seems absolutely fine.
Okay.
He seems like, and really, like, as long as he's been down here without possibly anybody alive down here that's organic, yeah, no, he looks like he's been in perfect working condition. So, And yeah,
Onward and upward.
his ammunition looks quite full. Yes, you get to the elevator. You are able to go up. And as you get up, you can see outside it is dark now. And you do hear the radiation storm coming in, but you've still got quite a few hours before it hits full force. So it's just a nice night, nice chill air. Mahk, Rast kind of, he puts his hand on your arm, as if like we need to put her down. And as you lay her down gently on the cold ground, Rast, he kind of removes his gas mask. You can see his face now for the first time. And Rast is a silver-haired, dashing man, but his eyes have compassionate tears as he's like staring down at this woman who's dying. And then the woman, she lets her head rest back against a rock. This peaceful expression touches her face, causing her to smile as she stares up at the green glowing sky above.
It's always like this for me. It's taken me so long before I could see your world, but now you see what I've been seeing this whole time.
Yeah, it's funny. When I was a little girl, I always dreamed about what the world up above was like. Blue skies, birds chirping, sunshine. I never imagined I'd die beneath a radioactive green sky. I never imagined it'd be so pretty. Ain't that a bite?
I lay there with her, and I stare up and point out the air currents, just small details. The last thing she'll ever see.
Dr. Rast, he kind of turns and looks at Dr. Morstan and Mahk, and he's like, yeah, it won't be long now. She's not long for this world. And you can see, looking around too, at some of the raiders that you left, the bodies of the raiders left out here. There's some chunks missing from them now. So, but whatever took the chunks out of them seems to be long gone. So, but they're still out there. Is there anything that you would like to talk to this woman? She'll introduce herself. Well, seeing as these are my last moments, I don't want it to be among strangers. My name's Micah.
Hi, Michael. My name's Mahk. Double M. I'm gonna put on some tunes now. When I turn to the chipboy, I start turning some dials, and I'm just gonna start humming. Some old songs that I pass by on jukeboxes and radios during my travels.
That's nice. You know, I had hoped that I'd be able to get back to my family and all my people from the vault. They were counting on me. I had this device. It's called a Garden of Eden Creation Kit. And I was looking for the perfect location to be able to activate it so that my friends, we would have a chance at a new life. And it makes even the most irradiated wasteland into a lush, fertile place. And,
greener than the sky? Talking about the ground?
it explodes and makes the most beautiful paradise. It turns all of this waste into what it used to be before the war. And Rast is kind of like watching this conversation take place, and you can see he's got this real concerned look on his face, and he's listening intently as you're asking these questions, and she's talking about this, and he's like perplexed. I can't. I can't. And Rast kind of kneels down again at her side and soaks a washcloth with some cool water from his canteen, and he takes Micah's hand and he lays the washcloth over her forehead. He's like, I'll stay here with you. Just rest. It's all right. It's fine. You remind me so much of my daughter. She's brave, just like you. And then she no longer is moving. Downstairs.
Oh my god.
I know. So downstairs, in the vaults, as Micah is breathing her last breath and telling everybody a little bit of information about herself and what she would like to accomplish or what she would have hoped to accomplish, and pleading with the ones upstairs to find Clements. What are you all doing downstairs? Oh, and the Mr. Gutsy that followed y'all up, he kind of, like, as soon as he got y'all up, he went back in the elevator, ding, and then you hear him, and he goes back downstairs.
Lafayette would have closed the door by this point, just out of not being stupid. It's just kind of hanging out in there. So how long do we wait? And y'all saw that shit, right?
Which part?
Mr. Green, fucking Meccano boy is probably gonna shoot us.
All those gutsy things?
Yeah.
You could just ignore him. That's what I do.
That's
I'm
not
being
how that
okay right
works.
now, so as long as they don't mess with me, I won't mess with them. Anybody else? Get in the knuckles.
But you are upstairs, so Mahk and Morstan, you are still upstairs. So downstairs right now is only Lafayette, BT, and Jetson.
BT is cleaning. I'm trying to straighten up in here. If we're going to be here, we should have it nice and tidy. There's no reason for this mess. We can do something about it. So I'm stacking the papers that Lafayette threw all over the place and fixing the drawers back and busy.
How long do we wait? What are we thinking? Because what did you see on the doohickey?
Based on this vault, the way that they deal with things, they have a very focus on how reacclimation, the drug approach, can cause, well, technically pretty violent results in the people, but are all presumably dead, which means all bots, which means everything is triggered by the machines. So technically, we can't outlast them. Their machines, flesh decays much faster than metal would rust. So our best bet would be to go in further, find a way to shut it down, take it over, maybe, it's a lose-lose situation with a lot of chance to win either way. I guess we could just kind of go further and, you shoot the thing. You technically could probably take more damage than I could, and I could patch you both up. We keep going, and hopefully, my vault buddy and the doctor comes back. Otherwise,
Yeah, but I mean, I do make the assumption that, little green boy gonna be back, and I feel like we're gonna have to kill him.
kill Green Boy. Wait, you talking about our Green or the robot?
No, the robot, the robot with the fancy paint job.
Mahk was like,
Yeah, no. You're more than welcome to do whatever you need with it. I'm gonna take the parts when we're done, or whatever I can need from it.
I'm not talking about stretch. I'm talking about floaty.
Both have viable parts, but I am talking about the floaty one.
You're into some weird shit, aren't you?
No, it's my focus is very specifically anatomical structures and virology, and the way that radiation applies to the way that your nervous system can operate. And then super beings have a very particular way, since their dense skin makes them more impervious to natural damage, but their nerves fire in a different way. So they can have a stronger response despite the presumably lower intelligence. It'd be nice to figure it out. I'd rather him not die, but you don't let food go to waste, so in the same aspect, you don't let a perfectly good subject. The way you're looking at me reminds.
I'm not letting you cut anybody's arms off. Let's just make that real clear. You vault people.
BT, you hear all of this as well, by the way.
Y'all vault mofos are some. Y'all are some characters, to put it light. Y'all been, stuck away in a hole for far too long, and y'all been missing out on the hoopla, going on upstairs, the hoot nannies, all that. So I got all of that you just said. At some point, because I feel like we're going to be together for a minute. When we get out of here and we go back to my neck of the woods, don't say any of that shit.
Oh, well, no, I don't say that around most people, but, presumably you wouldn't shoot me while we're in here, so I'm not worried about it.
No, this is a good point. I don't know how out of the vault you are, I don't know if you're like new hatch, you've been out for like a week, or if you're one of them that's been running around for like 20 years.
I'll be honest, I actually suffer from extenuate time blindness when I'm not focused. So like what some people say, it's been a few days, probably been a few weeks, and vice versa. So I'm not very good on spatial awareness either. So it's a problem.
I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption, I don't think it's been that long, because if you're all that messed up, you'd be dead. But if that doesn't really matter, my point is, we're going to have to kill Floaty McKenna Green Boy in about, at some point.
Yeah.
Speaking of, ding! You hear the elevator, and the elevators come back down. And then you hear this mechanical, you can hear the mechanical jets as that sounds familiar to you now that you've heard it from Dr. Morstan for a time. It seems to be coming down the hallway.
Ooh, I think our friends are ready. Should we go greet them?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, we're going to use our brain. No. Machete.
I can do this. This is, wait, what? Hi, Clarence.
Yeah, I got my machete.
Remember the name.
Well, it's
name?
like, it's very crudely like carved into the side of the, it's all chicken scratch. But, now hang on just a minute. We don't know that that's our friends. So we're going to hang on just a second. We're going to see if somebody knocks. If they don't knock, then we're going to go say hi. All right?
You closed the door, you said, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you're listening, and then you can hear, and it just goes past the door. Just goes past the door.
Jetson.
Oh, do what you gotta do. I don't fight.
Are we doing it? Do we do it or do we wait?
Well, you said wait for the knock, right? Is that what we're doing?
There was no knock. It just went past.
Do I need to knock? Is that what we need to do?
I don't
I
know.
cannot.
Are we going aggro or are we waiting?
You can't automatically go aggro. You said you survived out here. In what way do you automatically go aggro without knowing or assessing what your enemies are capable of? You just open
you go at him like a damn. You go after him like a damn spider monkey, and it's all over real quick.
Spider monkeys are extinct now.
I read about it in a book. It's like the one book I had. There's like 2 pages.
As capable as you might be in the wild on that, we are more civilized approached here. You need to approach things with tactile behavior, analysis, determining factors that could improve chances of survivability, not diminish them immediately.
You just cut their heads off and
Crack the door and observe what's on the other side, and then determine the best way to assimilate through that activity.
cracks the door and
Yeah, the hallway is now clear. You don't see anything either way.
There's a lot to unpack in here, guys, and I think we can work through these things. Maybe just a nice meal together and some focus and put Clarence away because he scares the holy bejesus out of me. And we can just move past this.
Well,
What are we talking about?
Who's Clarence?
This is
we're
more.
waiting on our friends to get back, and then
Oh!
we're gonna progress.
I do like them.
Yeah, we're gonna wait on Doc and Stretch, and then we're gonna go.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna. I need to switch music. I need heavier. Cat. We're just gonna.
You got
Just
any
go
Roy
back to the
Orbison
good
on there? Some Buddy Holly.
No, I have none of the traditional music. These are all mixes made by people in my vaults and shared information. Oh,
There
great.
was this real corny band actually that came up out of like Texas somewhere. I forget what they were called. Something about I don't know, some dude and some chick were all in love or something. I don't remember. I just remember the chicks being kind of hot.
That's actually like numerous duos doing music across decades. That is the least helpful description you could have provided.
Well, there's like 6 records in existence, so I think you can cut me some slack.
No, what I'm hearing is you've only found 6, which means your scavenging rate is exponentially low as well. But
I'm usually looking for food, not for records. You gotta have a record player.
that's right. You don't have lack of culture is provided by the lack of absorption of basic media.
These are the bad vibes I've heard about, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I hope you get bit in the ass.
I don't want that. I think my ass is still there, and I like to keep. Oh,
You have.
do I have step? Is it still back there?
Let me look. Is it still there?
Do I gotta
Or
roll
is
to
it
see
just
for
like
the questions?
flat?
Are both cheeks still available?
BT, do you have both cheeks?
Let's roll for it.
Does
Above
baby
a
got
10,
back?
above
Roll
cheeks.
for the apple bottom. I need to know.
Oop, I got a 9, so there's one cheek left. The other one's just not there.
It's
There's
just
an
deflated.
indent in my pants. Cause I still got my nice suit pants on, but
He fills it
something
out
was
real
happening
nice
down
on
there
one
that
half.
makes you think.
You know what? Just remember that your right side, when somebody's looking at you and you want to look your best, just lean a little to the right.
Oh, that is sure positive. I appreciate that. I lean to the left, like this.
Your other left.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It
Meanwhile,
definitely worked out back in the day, right?
It's like a
meanwhile,
bowling ball on one side.
yeah, just pat it. The new goal is to find some Kim Kardashian undies for BT, half of them.
I'm Grandpa Kardashian.
Yes. Meanwhile, upstairs, outside the vault, Micah has just passed. Rast is, holding her, just quietly, just sitting there, just kind of like looking at her. She looks a lot like reminded me a lot of my daughter. Dr. Morstan, you and Mahk, what are you doing?
She has passed away. No need to mourn her. We should go back.
Thank you, Doctor. I can always count on your empathy and understanding. I appreciate that. You're right. It is time for us to go back. It's dangerous down there. Although I feel healed, energized in my natural environment, the red storm. It's good for my skin, but it's not everything can be a skincare routine. Okay, I'm gonna live underground for the foreseeable future. So
Yeah.
let's get back to it. I'm gonna take the token back and just say a small eulogy in my head about something, hoping that this token helped her in her last couple moments. And I will associate these. I guess I have no plan to see these again, so I will now forever associate these green skies with her. You're the best doctor the silver mutant could ask for. Let's go back.
I don't know. I've been around some of these vaults before. I don't know that they're the safest place. I saw that other fella, he was fiddling on the computer, and I was kind of, you know, reading what he was doing on the screen there. There's a lot of stuff down there that can kill you. I don't think it's the safest place for us to stay, but you know, there's an abandoned house, what's left of it, just a little ways up the road, little ways, you know, a couple miles back that way, probably safer, especially if them gunners, if they have anybody else coming out here looking for them. We don't want to be here when they show up and got some of theirs out here dead. I mean, if...
And eaten.
Yeah. Especially, you know, if y'all are willing, I'm heading. I'm gonna help and see if I can't help this woman's dying wish. Find that Clemens fella down in the city, but I don't know what y'all's plans are. But if you want, I know of a place we can hang out that's safer probably than it is here.
So, what I would like to do is roll athletics to build a grave really quickly.
Absolutely.
I got a success and a complication.
Okay.
And I'd be willing to use AP to roll another. So, if everything's cool, then we'll try that again.
Yes, if you would like to get rid of that complication, you can also spend a luck point to re-roll that one instead if you want. If not, that's fine.
That's probably simpler, and I got a 5 this time.
Okay, so you want to use luck to not have the complication?
Yeah, that's way easier.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 successes, and I created. I gently put her over, and actually the scraps of jumpsuit that I took from the others, I will use to create kind of like a shawl. Bury her and tell Rast, listen, this isn't just the vault entrance anymore. This is her final resting place. On my word for Micah, no one will disturb us here anymore. You can leave if you'd like. You can find help. But whoever comes, whether you bring it or not, I will crush them with these knuckles. And I show like rusted iron knuckles caked in layers of additional iron that were added there later. It's made from blood. It's the blood iron. It's drying.
You know, her people deserve to know what happened to her, especially if they were waiting for her to get back with, what was it again that she called it? The garden.
Garden of Eden creation thing,
yeah. That. Especially if she had something like that, you know. Sounds like it's worth a lot of money, or would be worth a lot to somebody, especially trying to make a settlement, living out here. Special place, survival.
You're right, actually. Someone needs to tell somebody. Are you sure you're safe, though, in your suit? Do you need anything?
Oh, and you can see there's blood from Micah. There's blood like all over his lab coat that was like it was already dirty, but now it has a lot of blood on it. I didn't get hurt or nothing. I'm fine. This is all from her, but no, I'm still out there looking for my daughter, but I could take a detour for this. I mean, hell, maybe she's at Diamond City. I haven't quite been there yet, so.
What about the reds? You're gonna melt.
Oh, I got my gas mask here. I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, you got enough right away in Radix?
And it hasn't started raining. Like, there's not enough in the atmosphere the storm is rolling in still. Like, the wind is blowing in, so it's not here yet. It's slowly rolling in.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
So it seems like you have some time. You should get over and send back some people who can actually stay there. But, I'm literally going to be right here, so.
But you're staying at her grave?
Not, like, I guess in metaphor, that whoever comes to the vault, I will defend it, like, and will kill all of them. So it's fine. I'm supremely confident in that.
Okay. Dr. Morstan, what are you doing?
I'm going down.
Hold the elevator. I'm gonna hop in and say, yeah, just thank you again. I don't think I could have done it without you.
Are you saying this to Dr. Morstan or
To
Rast?
Dr. Morstan, yeah, no, for the robots, for assisting and just kind of like helping the vault run so smoothly. It's like just having a vault administrator like you here. Clearly, this is what you were made to do.
You're welcome. Hand down.
Dr. Rast hits the button, and then y'all start here. All of a sudden, the elevator comes up. You get in, and then go down, and then you hear ding. During this conversation, or during this, what was Lafayette, Jetson, and BT doing?
Look, I swear, if we do enough, I bet we can get it back to equal. I'm just saying.
Like, we can do both sides, or?
Yeah, like we can find something to like balance you out back here.
Well, I do like that. It might make sitting a little bit more pleasant again. You know, it's been a while.
A little lopsided. Yeah, that could be good for your spine. And
I thought my shoes were just off, but I don't know.
I feel like we gotta preserve all that, so we'll find something to cushion your left cheek.
All right. Well, I do appreciate that. You're one of my top 5 friends now.
You met all those friends today, didn't you?
I do not know. Except for that one lady. She was kind of mean.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure she kicked the bucket, because that's what that ding 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 means, is they're back.
Oh, well, you should kick buckets. That's not nice either. You know, that's a lot of feelings we need to work on, isn't it?
That's
Alright.
I straighten up my suit coat.
So Dr. Morstan, Mahk, and Rast, y'all have made it down the elevator. Are you going back? And you see, like, down the hallway that the door is closed. You don't see the Mr. Gutsy or anything like that. The door's closed.
I just think that Dr. Morstan has like a complete map to this place. Has like the next level plays. So I'm just gonna, yeah, you know, please take me.
Dr. Morstan, let's go find our friends.
That's reasonable.
So yeah, you see the door. The door is closed, but it's not locked. Would you try to go into that room, or would you continue down the hallway?
Dr. Morstan, he raises one of his pinches up. Tap, tap, tap.
You hear
We are
ding, ding, ding. On the
back.
cracks the door. What's the password? Closes it back.
She's dead. I'm just like crying.
Oh.
That is not the password, but
That is such a strange password. Maybe we should work on that next time. I think we can do better.
y'all should get in here before you get.
We're all here. Let's keep going.
No, hang on. What happened? I need a rundown. I mean,
She has passed. Some say gone to Valhalla. Returned to the dirt from whence she came. She is no longer with us. She is
Yes.
amongst the dead. She is, yes.
you kick the bucket, all the. You
My face without lips is contorted, and I'm crying incoherently.
oh.
The other
Just
doctor
this big
has left.
super mutant just bawling.
Where the hell did the doctor go then?
He went to find friends. There is a cabin not too far.
Oh no, Rast came with y'all. He came with
Oh,
y'all.
Rast with us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you.
Yeah.
No, he said that if y'all wanted to stay somewhere safer than the vault, he knows a place.
No, I'm. You're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, sorry.
Any other important? She's.
The Gutsy unit has come back to the vault,
Yes.
but is no longer in the hallway.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. All right, everyone in. Oh, Grit's a chair. All right, big guy, take a seat. Settle in.
Sit down.
Sit down there.
All right. Listen. Talk to me, buddy. You've got big feelings, and we got to get through those. I don't just mend the flesh. Let's work through this.
She was the first vault dweller I met who had actually passed, and now I'm thinking about what if the same happens to you? I don't want to lose another Vault Dweller.
I'm gonna hit you with one harsh reality and one beautiful truth. The one harsh reality is, at some point, there's a chance that I, much like anyone else, will meet an end. Hopefully peacefully. But the beautiful truth is, that is not right now. So we have to cherish the moments we have. So sure, tomorrow's not promised, but today is. If we sit in the pain of what could be, we won't love what is. From Vault Dweller to Vault Dweller, let's take pride in the small moments. Let's smile through every single chance. And above all, holds up the Pip Boy and kind of taps against your Chip Boy. Let's keep the pride and love big. Alright?
If it's alright with you, I'm going to pick up Jetson and give him a big super mutant hug.
And seeing the desire to, Jetson's like, come here.
Just two Vault Dwellers hugging it out. I have never felt like more a part of the community.
I will record your adventure, so your legacy can live on past you.
I never thought I would say I miss Florida.
I think maybe we should go outside. Clarence, do you want to go outside? I'm uncomfortable.
Speaking of legacies and Vault Dwellers, that the woman, Micah, she said she had something called what was it again?
The Garden of Eden.
That's right, Dr. Morstan. Garden of Eden creation
Like in the old book.
kit. She said it was some kind of. She said it was some kind of powerful thing. She's an ecologist and all. Some powerful device that creates paradise in the wasteland and even the worst of radiation.
Overseer, does this sound familiar to me at all in any way, shape, and or form?
Absolutely. Being a Vault Dweller, you would know that was a terraforming type device that most vaults had access to at least one, so that when the fallout was over, they could take it up and recreate paradise in the wasteland, basically, so that the radiation would be cleared in big areas so that settlements could grow and thrive, and there'd be pure water and clean air and clean vegetation and all that. So you would know what this is, and you would know that it's very valuable, that there's not many that are still left out there or known about. And so the fact that she was in possession of one, or possibly knows where one was, it's a big deal. It's worth a lot of money, or it's worth a lot to have it, to be able to activate it. So
you mentioned excuse me, you said a Garden of Eden creation kit. Like, she mentioned that, but by name, those words.
Yeah, she said something about, because she was telling us, where she came from, this vault, and how she had it, and she was supposed to be, I guess that's why the gunners gunned her down, thinking she might still have it, but I didn't see it on her or anything, but she said something about it being at a place in Diamond City. Wouldn't tell us where it was, but she said something about this, Clements, to tell Clements that it's his turn to try to find the promised land. So,
did she mention any particular reason she was here then, rather than there?
I think she was looking for, from what she said, she was looking for a place that would be perfect to activate the kit, the garden kit, that thing.
She was doing research. She was going vault to vault. Vault maps, layout. Why this one? Is she going vault to vault particularly for any specific reason, or just the fact that vaults would have precursor data?
I don't know. I wouldn't think that she'd be looking to activate it in a vault. She had a vault. I think she might have just come across this one and got gunned down, but I couldn't say for certain, but that was her dying wish. Her last breath told me she wanted me to find somebody in Clements and Diamond City, something about that creation kit.
This changes things. This shifts things. This is no. We can't. This vault becomes this one particularly becomes a moot point. We need Diamond City. We need to find this Clemens. And Clemens. Got it. Clemens, like life. Clemens, lemons. Life gives you lemons. Garden of Eden. Garden of Eden. Life. Got it. Okay. Name locked in. Life gives you lemons. We gotta find Clemens.
Okay. I can just remember Clemens. Diamond City.
We have to go there. That's
Okay. Let's take. Okay, Sparky. See, this is. Remember, I told you all the.
you weren't comprehending the potential that this has, the value that it holds, and the danger that anyone who currently has it is in the moment.
You say value?
Yes, value. I'm not too keen on this bounty hunter gaze you were giving me.
Oh, I'm not a bounty hunter.
Why are you so interested in his value approach?
Why wouldn't I be? Have you looked outside?
I have.
In fact, those raiders that y'all dispatched of,
That's another reason.
they've been something was up there eating on them, and who knows if more of those raiders are going to show up here. Maybe they had something going on here. I don't think we want to stay here for the night, but I do know a place that's a couple miles up the road. Probably be able to get there before this storm hits. If y'all are heading to Diamond City with me, if not, that's fine too. Be on my way. But
let's definitely do that. But here's my deal. I care about the value of it because you called something the Garden of Eden and talked about being able to start a whole new thing, and that all sounds real great. Because again, have you looked outside? 2, you mentioned value, which means reward.
oh yeah, you don't know how much somebody would pay for something if it could do what she was saying. I've never heard of something like that before, but if something like that exists, oof.
Or them raiders, they're gonna know about that shit. They're gonna be up our ass. That's why. That's another reason it's important. 5, something's eating raider ass. I gotta know.
Okay. Current reassessing, prioritizing, shifting concerns. The process should be simple. We need to make our way to Diamond City, meet with Clemens, get the information regarding this item, get this item to the appropriate individuals that can utilize it to the maximum efficiency. This actually might be a chance to end the Wasteland, potentially. Once you can develop a proper oasis of sorts, you can spread that as a counteractive. We can actually come and create ways to counteract radiation, diffusion, separation. We can fix everything. If we can get one truly functional garden, I mean everything. We can have proper gardens, breathable air. Seasons can reshift in a way where we can actually have proper sunlight, true suns. It would take time, but generations from now we would see skies blue again. It's possible.
So, when you say fix everything, does that mean I can have my eyebrows back?
Maybe not specifically, Jetson, but technically speaking, if we can formulate a way to get all the minerals, ingredients that we would need, we can technically utilize the growth cells of the garden, and we wouldn't be able to revitalize, but we can technically redo skin grafts and stuff where we have proper medical care. And it's a long process, but it's possible to restore, in a sense, humanity of itself, in itself. Well, the part of humanity that's valuable, unfortunately, people suck, so that's not going to go away.
To your point exactly, Jetson. People do suck. They're all about money and value over themselves rather than the greater good of everyone. I too would like to see an oasis, a healing of this planet. But it must first start in the heart.
Theoretically, this is the appropriate way. However, healing of the heart in the current circumstances is not viable. There's a balance, there's a way, but we now know, and that means if we are learning about it from others, others know. We need to get it before anyone else gets a chance to manipulate, to price gouge, or worse, destroy it, there are people who are opportunists. The Wasteland is an opportunity for those that did not have the opportunity during society's growth. The underbelly, the seedy side grows when there's no society to keep them in control. Those ones are the ones we worry about. There is no oasis. There is only chaos. And through the chaos, darkness breeds. Corruption thrives. God, this is like that. Sorry. I'm excited because I played a TTRPG one time where we were the heroes against the universe. We had to fight against gods and fix them. Oh, it was amazing.
Hey, Sparky, you need to sit down. And Lafayette will just like kind of pet. You need to.
We're like heroes. This is like we got the quest to save the world type thing.
Yeah. This. Well, I mean, if it does what she said, that sounds like a pretty important thing.
But first step. What is it, Doc? Tell me what's the first step. We gotta get out of here, right? We gotta go.
Onward and upward.
Yes.
Thank you, Doc. See, I love this handy units. Goddamn, let's give it a polish when we get there. Like.
And Dr. Morrison just starts going out in the hallway and heading towards the elevator.
Lafayette, 6 feet behind.
6 behind. Everyone else follow?
Yeah, Jetson's still ranting and rambling while following, like.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn to Jetson real quick and say, well, my heart's plenty healed right now. And that's thanks to you, so whatever they need, let's make
A wholesome duo.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sad we're leaving the vault so soon, but it's important. We gotta go.
All right. So getting up, do you intend to follow Dr. Rast to the place that he said, or y'all wanting to find a different shelter? What's the consensus? He says that he knows of a place that he's stayed at before that's not far from here before the storm hits, that y'all could probably be safe from the raiders and the storm.
Yeah, following Rast.
All right.
We do have the butt biters to worry about.
Yeah, and you would see.
Well,
You would see upstairs. You do see that they haven't moved since Mahk. You and Dr. Morstan have been upstairs, but the raiders that y'all did kill, there are some gnarly chunks taken out of them, but no beasts in sight. Or
Offer that you.
Jetson would actually like to get a glance at the bite marks to try to, scan and recognize the indentations of the specific bites, and also the saliva buildup to determine if it's from a specific type of creature.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I would also, yeah.
What's your survival?
Survival's 3.
Is it a tag?
It is not tagged.
Okay. Well. Lafayette, was yours tagged?
I chose science more than that.
Okay.
I was looking at mine. I was like, wait, no, I don't think so.
It looks like it's with a 3, but not tagged. I'll say it looks canine in nature to you. You're not sure what kind of canine, but it definitely looks vicious and it does look canine in nature. Hey, what's up?
That's enough for Jetson to determine some consideration. Don't trust canines at all.
Yeah. Big maw. Not little yappy canine. Big maw canine. Bites. With chunks taken out. Storm's gonna be rolling in pretty soon. Y'all wanna head out to that place I told you about, get some shelter, head down to Diamond City after that?
After you.
All right. It takes you just a little while to get there, but it does appear to be in this place that's not. It's far enough away from the vault that you're not worried about the gunners possibly coming and trying to figure out what's going on. And you would see the makeshift grave that Mahk had made for Micah in front of the vault entrance, burying her very lovingly. But it's been just a little bit since you saw Vault 95. In your rear view after Micah's death, the travel With the storm building up, it's been kind of a little bit hard. The wind is picking up and it's getting really cold, but Rast is just continuing to push ahead. And then you can see this green hue of the glowing sea subsides in the sky above, and dark clouds blot out the stars, bringing with them a light but deadly rainfall. And as the rain starts, Rast curses quietly beneath his breath and changes course, just leading you to a burnt-out house nearby. Only sections of the house's walls are still standing amidst the rubble, but its tin roof still hangs on the ceiling, if just barely. It's at least enough to protect you from the worst of the whipping radioactive winds and the acid rain outside. Well, I slept here last night. It seems safe enough. Kind of like pulls up, and you can hear him. He's like talking through his gas mask. He starts, as he gets underneath the roof, he starts taking off his lab coat and shaking it off. Beneath his coat, as he takes it off, Rast is wearing nothing more than a set of dirty underjohns. With a small gesture of his hand, he motions to a makeshift fire pit by which a small pile of unused dry wood remains. And that is where we will end the session for tonight. And you all have leveled up. So you all gain a perk, a 1 point of HP, as well as 1 skill point that you can use. And now that you are no longer level 1, your skills are not capped out at 3. They can go up to 6. So now they are capped out at 6. However, unless your origin dictates otherwise. So you all gain an HP, a skill point, and another perk. So fun stuff. So you'll have that for the next session. So thank you all. Thanks to the players for a very eventful stream tonight. You guys were, there were some like tears and there were some laughs and some good moments. So thank you for that. And thank you everybody that watched and all the raiders. We appreciate that. My name is April Hill. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram and stiletto DM on Twitter. And here every Monday night playing Vault with my friends in the Wasteland. And of course, Friday we're going to be playing a little Dust to Dust over on Red Hair End, so you're going to want to catch that on Friday night. And I've got another game on Saturday, but I'll tell you about that on my socials. So, all right, Jetson, where can we find you?
Hey, what can I say? Jetson's who I play. You can call me Jay. Casual. Find me on all social media at just2casual, doing casual things anywhere that I can. I'm over on Academic Expeditions on Red Hair Inn every other Tuesday, so we're not tomorrow, but the following week. Every Monday you'll see me here, and also a lot of other things coming up. I'm hoping to start a few shows on different channels as I explore some anime TTRPG stuff in the most casual way, but also not that casual. So stay tuned for all that stuff. Also, I'm currently working with Beth Bar, the author of She is the Ancient, on the next Ravenlock book, Lemortia, the Domain of Snow and Stitched Flesh, in the most beautiful way you cannot imagine. We have been working tirelessly to get this done with art inspired by Tim Burton in other ways. We've got a great project coming forth in the most tormenting and demented of ways. You can check that out on lemortia.com and whatnot. That's all I got. Thank you so much, but more importantly, you're welcome.
That sounds interesting. I'm really excited to hear more about that. All right, BT, Jeremy.
Well, I have nothing comparable to what he just said. I post funny things on the Instagram. You can find me at DM Craven. My Halloween builds that are up in my yard, my lovely neighborhood.
So cool.
Up on there, I believe.
Your sandworm is like, I want
yeah,
it.
I got the Beetlejuice tombstone I'm working on too, eventually. So they'll be out. Yeah, it's I go from Tim Burton on Halloween to Clark Griswold at Christmas. So you can find that on there. Other than that, I'll see y'all next Monday.
Lafayette, Taryn.
Hey everybody, my name is Taryn, also known as Val Rook across the socials. I am a generally creative human TTRPG player and GM, Eldritch Entity, and Dice Maker under the moniker of Umbral Oculus Dice. That is UO_dice on the Instagram. And I just realized when I use my natural accent, it does not want to go away when I start talking. Because I try really hard to not be that thick. But you can catch me this Friday, GMing as your Eldritch Storyteller, Dust to Dust, a spooky, witchy themed D&D mini-series. I've got a freaking killer cast, so I thoroughly recommend. They are uncovering the deepest, darkest mystery and discovering that there's a lot more to the story than they thought. And then, of course, after that, Tuesday, I have Ecriom Expeditions. Obviously not tomorrow, but the next Tuesday I play a cinnamon roll most of the time. Sometimes she's kind of angry and likes to bite people's throats out. But then other than that, you can catch me on Mondays. So that's what I'm doing. It's me.
All right. Mahk Anthony.
Hey everybody.
Mark Anthony? Mahk Anthony.
Yeah. That's, I actually didn't think about that. That does work out. Hey everybody, it's me, it's Anthony. You can find me on Twitter at Praying the Plague. Not streaming a whole bunch right now, but you can find me on Mondays here on the Initiative Order with an amazing overseer and cast like we did tonight. And keep posted for some more charity games coming up in November. So that's pretty exciting as well.
Awesome. All right, Dr. Morstan Ben.
Mountain Taker in the chat going on right now. Just want to say thank you for everybody allowing me to play along on every Monday here for a little bit. This has been a blast. On the socials, I'm sure she's already put it in there. Our wonderful overseer. You find me at Watkins Benjamin. I don't really post much, but when I do, it's really not much. So thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah. All right. Well, yes, we will see you all next week. Stick around for our raid. We are going to be raiding our friends Blackwater D&D. They are doing their finale of their long campaign. I spoke with Em earlier. She is probably going to be crying. So yeah, so stick around for that. And thank you all so much for watching. We'll see y'all next week.